Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing the second string. So we start out with the second string played open, as you can see here in the tablature, and that is sounding like this. Our open B. Okay. Now if you look below our notation, as we discussed the pattern before, we always indicate where the placement is, if it's on a line or on a space. In this case, it's a line note, and it's on the third line, or we can say the middle line. Whichever way it works in your brain for you to remember that is always open B. So now let's look at the next note. It shows that you play your first finger on the first fret of the second string, and that note is C. And on the notation, we can see that it's a space note and it's on the third space. On the next note, we have D, which is played with the third finger, third fret, second string. And we can see that it is placed on the fourth line of the staff. So now let's go ahead and take a look at number 9. Similarly to number 1 on the last video, we have whole notes going up and down the different notes. So first measure is B, next is C, next is D, next is C, and back to B. So we're going up and down. Let's play that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. B, 2, 3 to C, 1, 2, 3 to D, 1, 2, 3 to C, 1, 2, 3 to B. All right. So now let's go ahead and look at number 10. This, just like number 2 in the last video, has half notes. So we're going to go up 2 at a time. So we start with 2 B's, 2 C's, 2 D's, 2 C's, and a whole note B. Let's play it together. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally, number 11, we have 4 quarter notes, just like number 3 on the last video, for each note of these strings. Okay, so we have 4 B's, 4 C's, 4 D's, 4 C's, and a whole note B. Let's play that together. 1, 2, ready, go. B, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, B, 2, 3, 4. Notice that when I play a whole note, that once we play it, we want to let it ring for the entire whole measure. On to the next page, we have number 12. We have B, C, B, C. Let's go ahead and play that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. B, C, B, C. The next measure is D, C, D, C. Let's play that together. 2, ready, go. D, C, B, C. And then let's put those 2 measures together. B, C, B, C, D, C, D, C. 2, ready, go. B, C, B, C, D, C, D, C. Very good. Now let's look at the next 2 measures. B, C, D, C, and a whole note B. Let's play those 2 measures. 1, 2, ready, go. B, C, D, C, B, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. Let's go ahead and play the whole number 12. 1, 2, ready, go. B, C, B, C, D, C, D, C, B, Awesome job. And remember that as we're going along, if you feel like you want to slow this down, by all means, go ahead and take it one step at a time. You can always pause this video. And also feel free to take this faster. If you feel like you can, if you want to play this a little bit faster, go for it. Just make sure that you're staying in time with yourself. We don't want some random, getting faster and slowing down as the song is going. You want to keep it a consistent tempo. Let's go on to number 13 now. Look at the first two measures this time. We have B, C, B, C, D for a half note, B for a half note. Let's try that together. 1, 2, ready, go. B, C, B, C, D, B. And then now let's look at the next two measures. C, C, D, C, and B for a whole note. Let's try it. 1, 2, ready, go. C, C, D, C, B. 2, 3, 4. Great. Let's play the whole thing. All of number 13. 1, 2, ready, go. B, C, B, C, D, 2, B, 4. C, C, D, C, B, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now on to number 14. Now we can put the two string notes together. So looking at this, we have B, C, D, E, F, and G. So we're almost the whole musical alphabet. We're just missing A at this point. So let's start again on now on 14. And we're going to start on the second string, open B. And let's go ahead and play through each note of the two strings. So starting with open B. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 to C. 1, 2, 3 to D. 1, 2, 3, open E. 1, 2, 3 to F. 1, 2, third finger G. All right. Now let's talk about number 15. Number 15 is a little bit tricky because we have to do some skipping around. But there is a reason for the madness of the skipping around. Notice in the first two measures we have B and E, each for a half note. Let's go ahead and just try that together. 1, 2, ready, go. Open B, E, B, E. Okay, so they're both the open strings. Now we get into measure 3. Now the B, instead of playing B, we're going to play C, which is the first finger, first fret of the second string. And then we play E again. And we do that twice. So starting on measure 3, it'll go C, E, C, E. Let's try it together. 2, ready, go. C, E, C, E. Okay? Now, let's go on to the next one. Notice that now instead of C, it's going to be D. But then it's going to be followed by an E, just like the others. D, E, and then the next line is also D, E. Okay? So let's just play those first 6 measures together. Starting with open B, then moving to C and E, and then D and E. 2 measures each. 1, 2, ready, and B, open E, open B, open E, to C, to open E, to C, to open E, and now to D, to E, D, to E. Good. So now, if we were to look at the next, the D stays the same on the next line, second measure, but then the E changes to F. It goes up one step. So it goes from D to F, D to F. Now, one of the cool things is, if you look here at my fingers, you can see that when we go from D to F, we can just keep our fingers there for both of those measures and not have to lift up our fingers, because there's no reason for it to not resonate with those two notes. So we can just hold it there. This is also good practice for later when we start dealing with different chords, is kind of getting this shape down. It's a nice little shape that will come in handy later on when we discuss different chords. Okay, so we have D, F, D, F. And then finally, we have E, G, C, which are the last two measures. Let's do that part together. 2, ready, go. E, G, C. All right, let's play the whole thing. Now remember, you can always rewind, and you can always do this as many times as you want. Let's start from the beginning. 1, 2, ready, go. E, 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 C, E, C, E to D, E, D, E, D, now to F, D to F, and then E, G, C. All right, great job. Now, on to the next one. Number 16, World Beat. World Beat is a very interesting melody. In fact, it's probably the least likable melody, in my opinion, in this book. But the point of this song is to have us be comfortable with playing all the notes without having the note E in the song. If you look through it, there is no open E. Our very first note that we ever learned, not going to help us. So we have to make sure that we know all the other notes, and that's what the point of this melody is for. Okay, so let's go ahead and just take a look at each measure. Okay, so starting with measure 1 of number 16, we have B, C, D, F. Let's try that together. 1, 2, ready, go. B, C, D, F. Okay, let's try it again. 2, ready, go. B, C, D, F. All right. Now let's look at the second measure. D, C, B. 2, ready, go. D, C, B. One more time. Ready, go. D, C, B. Good. Now let's put those two measures together. 1, 2, ready, go. B, C, D, F, D, C, B. All right. Now let's look at the next measure. We have G, F, D. Let's just play that much. 2, ready, go. G, F, D. Now remember, this is the same similar situation that we had in number 15, where we can have the D and F in that shape. G, F, D. It's going to help making sure that that movement feels really good. It's going to come in handy. So now let's go on to the next measure. We have C, B, C, B. And then we'll go ahead and play the next measure as well. C, D, F. So the last two measures, C, B, C, B, C, D, F. 2, ready, go. C, B, C, B, C, D, F. Good. Let's play the last three measures. So starting on the G, F, D, C, B, C, B, C, D, F. 2, ready, go. G, F, D, C, B, C, B, C, D, F. All right, let's play the whole top line now. 1, 2, ready, go. B, C, D, F, D, C, B. G, F, D, C, B, C, B, C, D, F. All right. Now we look at the next line. Those first two measures are exactly the same as the top line. So we don't need to cover that again. So let's move on to the next one. And that says B, C, D, F, G, F, D, C, B, C, B. What that says to me is that we're just going to be going up all from B, just like we did in number 14, going up all the notes, all the way up, and coming right back down. But we're skipping over E. So it'll go B, C, D, skip over E to F, G, F, skip over E to D, C, B, C, B. Let's try it together. 1, 2, last 3, go. B, C, D, F, G, F, D, C, B, C, B. Great job today. On our next video, we'll be discussing Ode to Joy and how to play it with the melody, as well as discussing the chords to play it too. We'll see you next time.